So I'm here with Morgan Spurlock for his latest movie, Pond Wonderful's the greatest movie ever sold. Thank you for being here with me, Morgan.
Thank you.
We actually had a little bit of interaction on Twitter during the week.
We did.
And it said that you like a specific bit. I'm not going to say the name because this is all about advertising, your movie. I actually emailed them, this company. I said, look, I'm doing this interview with Morgan Spurlock because, after watching all your interviews, I'm kind of, thinking, no, I need a bit of this.
That's right.
So I sent them an email. I said, look, do you want to sponsor my interview? And I put some commercials in it, and
they said,
and they said no. Hence the brown paper bags.
They are obviously not the greatest beverage.
They're not. That's why I've got a Pom as well.
Pond Wonderful is the greatest beverage.
Yeah. There you go. So, do you care to have one now?
No,
it's quite early in the morning,
absolutely.
so
there you
I
go.
think there you go. I'll give you that one,
Cheers,
and we can just enjoy this.
Now we're like winos.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's like we're a couple of winos.
Well, for
here
me
at
in
San
England,
Fran.
it's kind of like it's probably like 5 o'clock in the afternoon at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Cheers,
anyway,
man.
cheers. So for this movie, I mean, where'd you get the ideas from?
Yeah, the whole idea for this film came from an episode of Heroes. I loved Heroes. Like when that show first came on, I thought it was genius. I thought it was brilliant. I told everybody I knew that they should go watch it. And by season 2, like the wheels started to kind of fall off that bus. And they started to do all this product placement and integration into the show. And in one episode, Hayden Panettiere, the cheerleader, comes out of school and her dad says, honey, your mom and I we're really proud of you. I got something for you. And he reaches in his pocket, and as he does, camera cuts to the front of the car, dollies past, the Nissan logo goes through the frame, cuts back to him holding the keys in front of her face, rack focus to her face, and she goes, oh, the Rogue, the Nissan Rogue? Oh my God, Dad, it's the Rogue, I can't believe it's the Rogue. And I was just watching, and I was like, God, that really happened. There was really just a commercial right in the middle of the show. And so the next day, my producing partner and I just started talking about this whole world, all this terrible product placement we've seen in films and TV, and we said, you know what we should do? We should rip open the whole world of product placement and actually get brands to pay for it. And hence, greatest movie ever sold.
All of the great brands you got.
Yeah.
For you, if you had to have your life kind of sponsored by a brand, what brand would you choose?
Wow, your whole life? That's a really good question. Well, I would probably say something along the lines of what was in this bag and they wouldn't talk to us, because that would be. I feel like that's pretty right on spot on with who I am.
Just free supply and
it would be great.
That'd be pretty good.
So, or you probably, so you want it to be something a little, or some kind of an airline so you could travel. Like an airline would be a good one too, so you could go wherever you wanted forever.
Yeah, or maybe the Playboy franchise.
The Playboy,
that'd be cool.
My life's sponsored by Playboy.
That's right. Awesome.
See, that would be good too.
So in the movie, one of my favourite quotes, it was quite early at the beginning.
Yeah.
And you said that you kind of like weird things. What's the weirdest thing that you like?
That's a good question. Nobody's actually ever asked that question in the interviews. What's the weirdest thing that I like? I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing. I know the weirdest thing that I don't like, which is probably which is the other thing. It's like I hate cotton, like cotton balls, like cotton pads. Like I can't touch cotton. I can't be around it. So that's like
when people say like, chewing on cotton wool and things like that.
Oh, I can't even think about it. Like literally, I just got a shudder like through me. Like the idea of chewing on cotton. Like I get chills all over me right now.
There you go. I just gave Morgan Spurlock the chills.
That's right. But the weirdest thing that I like, I tell you the weirdest thing that I love horror films. And not only like horror films, but like gore horror films. Like when I was a kid, the movie that made me want to make movies was Scanners, the David Cronenberg film, where when Michael Ironside made that guy's head explode in the movie, like that made me want to make movies more than anything. So I think probably like slasher gore films are probably the weirdest thing I like.
That's pretty cool. So, again, it's advertising.
Yeah.
So you've actually kind of like made me kind of think, because, I'm a student and I'm trying to get myself out there and I'm doing interviews, so hence...
Look, there's product placement right there.
DanielJWaller.com. But not only, that's my website, you can also follow me on Twitter at Daniel J. Waller. Morgan was my 115th follower, so
yes, I was.
You can also follow me on Twitter as well.
I agree.
So then, Supersize Me.
Yeah.
Did you call McDonald's to try and get a sponsor for this movie?
Absolutely, because the whole idea behind the greatest movies, we wanted to make a documentary blockbuster, a docbuster.
Yeah.
And to make a docbuster, just like a blockbuster, you got to have a fast food partner. Okay. You got to get your toys in the Happy Meals and in the kids' meals. So we called McDonald's. Of course, they never called me back. Big surprise. We called Burger King. We called Taco Bell. I mean, I really wanted In-N-Out to do it. I was like, In-N-Out, this is perfect for you. I said, we won't make we'll create a meal, but it won't be like an unhappy meal, but it'll be like maybe like a displeased meal, that we could sell there. And no, they wanted nothing to do with it. I was bummed.
So if McDonald's come back to you and they said, okay, we'll pay for the whole movie, for the whole, 1.5 million.
Yeah.
but you got to eat McDonald's for another 30 days. What would you say to him?
That would have been a real...
absolutely everything.
That would have been a real ethical dilemma. And they say you have to exercise like 3 times a day. Yeah. You got to eat like nothing but salads.
I mean, if I was the CEO of McDonald's,
yeah,
and obviously he's seen your movie and he's you kind of screwed him over a little bit.
That's
and, man, I'll try and screw you back over.
He's like, I'm going to show that jerk what's up right now.
You have to eat it 4 times a day for 30 days. So then staying on to the fast food, you've got Sheetz, fast food who are mainly on the...
It's a convenience store chain. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like they have food, like they have made to order food, but like it's mostly like a gas convenience store.
And they, in one of the interviews, the CEO said, what did he say?
He said, Morgan's an idiot. All the people who sponsored this film are idiots.
Are all idiots. Have you proven him wrong?
That I'm an idiot?
I mean, he says that American idiots, you're idiots. I mean, but
We're
for
all
the companies, I mean, I think you've proven them all of them wrong.
Yeah, I think the companies in this film come off great. Literally, because we probably called 600 companies to sponsor this movie, of which 15 said yes. You know, for the initial film premiere that we had at Sundance. So you got to think, out of all those hundreds and hundreds of brands, only 15 were even brave enough to like give up control. And that was the biggest reason why nobody would do this, because we got final cut of the movie. Yeah. Like they didn't get to tell us what to put in it. They didn't tell us how to edit the film. We made the film we wanted to make. And so yeah, I think they come off great. And I think the film, the film does 2 things. The film kind of gets to have its cake and eat it too.
So then staying with like the advertising and the different sponsors.
Yeah.
Currently, it's coming out in America on April
22nd.
22nd.
Yeah.
When you release it in different countries, like the UK, for example,
yeah,
are you going to look for different sponsors?
Well, not all the sponsors. What we would love to do is find certain local sponsors that we can tie into, because like Sheetz, which is a regional convenience store, won't have a lot of meeting, in the UK or Australia or anywhere.
I've never heard of it until
That's right. Yeah, and you're in San Francisco. You're in America.
So they've won already, because now I know about Sheetz.
That's right. Yeah, Sheetz, Palm, like there's a lot of brands that I think benefited from being in the film. But no, when we go to certain territories, like it would be great in London to find a chain within the UK that would have collector cups. So to find a Marks and Spencer or some kind of a convenience store that would do that.
This is like the first movie that's got commercials in it. Right. First movie ever with commercials in it. Will you put your hands up and take responsibility if Avatar 2 has got Dr. Pepper commercials in it?
And then suddenly I'm to blame?
Are you going to,
That'll be my legacy.
I can see like a media outrage just kind of like chasing you. Like,
Spurlock ruined it for all of us. Yeah, it's like, well, I remember how upset I was the first time I went to a movie theater and they started showing commercials before the movies. And so I remember it was like a Diet Coke commercial, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. How could they do this? And everybody was outraged. Everybody was unhappy. They can't show commercials before the movies. That this is a special place. It's sacred. And now nobody cares. Now it literally is 20 minutes of commercials before the trailers and then the movie. The one thing I hope doesn't happen is that I hope no one follows our lead and puts commercials in a movie.
So do you now think that you're going to start? Do you think this is a new trend that's going to start happening?
What, like what we've done
for
with
movies,
like getting sponsorship, like for the films?
The movie's kind of pretty much paid for by Pom Wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I think that there are already movies, like what we've done, like the whole idea of the film, like I'm not selling out, I'm buying in. Like literally, I am buying into this idea of this is how movies are made in Hollywood. Yeah. In Hollywood, to make big films, you have all the partner tie-ins. Yeah. You have the sodas, you have the shoes, you have the collector cups, you have the fast food partner. Like there's a real way of making those big movies that happens in Hollywood. It happens, literally like a machine. Yeah, and so, for me, it's like what we've done is said, look, here's a little movie that's doing the same thing. Will other movies now start to have the opportunity to do that? To create co-promotion opportunities, maybe. What I don't think is like there should be a lot of documentaries, so that suddenly somebody's in the middle of like, Darfur doing an interview holding like a Coke can. Yeah.
And I think it's pretty time for another advertisement. So you can also follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Daniel J. Waller. So I've also had an idea about a documentary. So I thought, Morgan Spurlock's here. I'm sure you're open to ideas. I'm sure you're gonna
pitch me a good idea.
So I'm going to pitch you an idea.
Okay.
Okay. So you've already used my idea because I was on Wikipedia and I was looking at some of the things that you've done and.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we need to do. It's called the $1 Million Dare.
Okay.
So basically, there's a talent.
You.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
There's a producer.
Me.
Yeah.
Good. I like it already.
Movie. Okay. So basically, I'm going to travel around the United States, and I'm going to scrounge $1 million. Okay. So I'm going to go to a random person on the street. How much are you going to pay me to do something? And then obviously it's going to start. We're going to go to the smaller kind of states, and it's going to be like
And what are they paying you to do? Like, are they paying you
$10 to eat that piece of old pizza that's on the floor.
Right.
All right, I'll do that. Go to a nightclub and they'll be like, pick the worst looking girl, and if you go and kiss her, we'll give you $10. And then obviously I'm going to be like, during the movie, it's going to be like, I'm going to be bored and I'm going to need more revenue.
That's a lot of bets. That's a lot of bets to get to $1 million.
So then I'm going to go to the bigger companies or the bigger people, like the funnier people, and then, maybe I heard about one the other day where like someone offered someone $500,000 to get a boob job, breast implants. For a male, I don't think I'll go that far. So,
but there was a guy who already did. There was a guy who already did that. There was a guy who already got breast implants.
Oh, really?
Like there was a guy. His friend bet him to get breast implants.
Yeah.
Like it was just a bet between two friends.
Yeah.
And he goes, if you do it, I'll give you like $100,000. So we'll go through. I want to hear the rest of this, but I wanted to tell you the story because the story's great.
Yeah.
And so the friend said, and the friend had already done crazy bets before. Like the guy bet his friend that he couldn't live in his bathroom for a month, and so the guy literally lived in his bathroom for a month.
Right.
And then the other one was like, you won't get breast implants, and he said, sure I will. So the guy he goes, if you get breast implants and keep them, I'll pay for you to have them if you keep them for a year. It was like $100,000 he was going to give him, or $50,000. And so the guy got breast implants and kept them for the whole year. And he said, literally, you have no idea, ladies love them. Like that, he said, he goes, I've been more lucky with the ladies since I got breast implants than before I did.
Wow, I don't think I could go that far. But it's TV, so we can talk about it and we can write some contracts up and things like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'll be going then. So that's me. Like someone's gonna dare me to eat dog
excrement.
Yeah. Okay, and then running the SF marathon in.
So you're doing a terrible job pitching already because nobody can see the board. You got to hold the boards like that.
Sorry, like this. So then we've got them like that. So then I'm going to travel around America and doing the most craziest things.
I love that you're in a Speedo right there.
Yeah.
See, this is very much like the show that we did. This is very much like I Bet You Will.
Yeah, and then I'm going to say to you, are you in?
Are you in? I like this.
And then you're going to say, turn the camera off, and then you're going to tell me no. Just like in the movie. So that's my pitch.
That's good.
So then for that, what's the most that you would do for one of your documentaries? I mean, you put yourself in serious health risks for Supersize Me.
I was in health risks. We were shot at by the Taliban while we were making Where in the World. It's like I don't know. I went to prison. I worked at a coal mine. Now that I have my little boy, I have a son who's now 4 years old. I probably wouldn't put myself in as many dangerous situations as I probably would before him. But I don't know. It's like. I got a rectal exam on camera, so it's not like I'm shy, It's not like I'm worried about it. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Morgan, I just want to thank you so much for coming in.
Great to meet you.
And seeing with us. It's a great movie. It's in cinemas April 22nd. It's Pom Wonderful is the greatest movie ever sold. Here with Morgan Spurlock.
Thank you.